Good afternoon. This is Joshua Naramore with Realty Trust Services, here to help grow your prosperity. Today, real quick, I wanted to talk about something that I think affects the ability of someone to either rent or sell a home. And it's something that I've noticed that a lot of people treat as very secondary. I don't think it's the most important thing in a house, even though I once worked in this industry and I think it is important. I think having a safe home with a good roof and foundation and not holes in the siding or whatever, I think that's important too. But when you're trying to show a home has value, a lot of times people judge it by what they see initially. And what do you see initially? Yes, you see the house, you see the exterior, but you see the landscaping and you see the yard and the condition it's in. Now, I am more apt to believe that the homeowner actually cares about a property if when I go there, it doesn't look like Mother Nature spewed all over the lawn. I mean, I've gone to places where there's just logs, that broke off from a tree lying in the middle of the yard, leaves just blown into the flower beds and just piles, it's not a good look. And if you want to draw good tenants who are going to pay good money to live in a place, they're going to want it to look good. Especially if they're not buying the home, they're not, great, I got to move to this place. I'm going to do all this extra work in the yard, just so I can have friends over and not be embarrassed, Now, do I think landscape is the most important thing? No, I don't. But, it's like dating. What is most important? Compatibility, their personality. This is someone that you are drawn to on a higher level. But what gets us to learn whether they're quality people or not? We look. I don't care how kind and genuine and sincere a person is. How things look is always going to matter. Like I'm sorry, but if I was coming to the videos and I'm missing a bunch of teeth and I look completely disheveled and are you gonna want to listen to what I have to say? No. Now I'm not saying I'm Brad Pitt or anything. I may only be a solid Jersey 6. I don't know. I've been out of the game for a while. I'm a married man, but so I don't even know where I would even rate anymore. Now I'm older and I've gained some weight. I'm not Mr. Six-pack abs anymore, and there's quite a bit of wisdom streaks in this beard. So, but I try to keep it neat. I'm not out here looking like a homeless member of ZZ Top either. I think it could be a hindrance to someone who's looking at a property, potentially either to buy or to rent. It's something else that they're gonna have to take care of to make this place look nice. And I'm not saying spend a lot of money, not at all. Make sure that the grass is cut. Make sure you edge the sidewalks, because it looks terrible having a bunch of grass encroaching, completely covering up the sidewalks. It's not a good look, especially if you're in an area where you're trying to help build quality and you want a quality tenant. That a lot of that looks like just stuff that they're going to have to do, and so just little touches. Maybe throw a little fresh mulch down in the flower bed. Maybe plant a couple little perennial flowers or something, and maybe throw a bush or two in, or remove a bush if it's dying. And clean up. Just clean up the leaves. Get all the random sticks that fell down from a storm, whatever, and just make it look nice and presentable. I'm not saying you got to have like this amazing pond structure with koi fish and a a meditation garden. No, keep it simple, because you also don't want people, like, especially like you're trying to sell a home, or people are trying to want to live somewhere long term. You want to almost make it seem like it's a blank canvas. Like, here is this, here's these flower beds. You can plant flowers in it. You want to put some bushes in. It's there, but here's just kind of a general idea. The grass is neatly trimmed and there's no mess around. Like for me, because like I used to be a landscaper. So, and that's one thing that I look heavily at a house when I go to a house to look at for investment purposes or whatever, or a place to live. And it's like, what could I do with this yard? Men love their yards, okay? It's there's just something about, and even though it's a chore, but just having that freshly cut lawn on a Saturday, and you have that cold beverage, that cold ice cold Coca-Cola on a hot day for some odd reason. This has always been magical to me. When I was in landscaping, we had this lady that we affectionately called Coke Lady, because whenever we were doing big projects at her house, she would always like ask us, would we like a Coca-Cola? She would say Coke, she'd be like, Coca-Cola. But we still call her Coke Lady. But it was, but I just remember how like you're sweating, just that ice cold Coca-Cola hits your lips. It's magical. But you don't want to think like, oh man, this is a complete disaster. So, to make a long story short, the outside of the appearance of a house is very important. And oftentimes I find that the landscaping is neglected. Now, you don't have to be fancy about it. Make it clean, make it neat. And then it should not detract from people wanting to rent or buy your property. And so this is Joshua Naramore with Realty Trust Services. As always, I'm here to help grow your prosperity. Hope you have a great and blessed day, and I'll be seeing you. Bye.